Of the 2023 NFL Draft is presented by Dreamfinders Homes. The Jaguars have 3 picks in. First off, in the 4th round, 121st overall, Florida linebacker Ventrell Miller. He'll be a 24-year-old rookie this coming season. Also in the 4th round, they moved back and got out of the 4th round with their 2nd pick, with their 3rd 4th round pick originally. The 130th overall selection is defensive end Tyler Lacey from Oklahoma State. 11.5 sacks in his career, and we'll discuss his impact on this defense moving ahead. Then in the 5th round, the first pick of the 5th round, 136th overall, they go up to Louisville and get linebacker Yasir Abdullah. He led the ACC in sacks in 2022. J.P. Shadrick, John Ogier, Brian Sexton is back from Kansas City, and the Jaguars are doing some work on a Saturday in the draft. They entered the day with 10 draft picks in their pocket available to use. They now have 3 players, and it's all defense so far today, John. That obviously was not the case in nights 1 and 2. They have flipped it over now, and they're working on the D.
Yeah, making up for lost time, and clearly going value here. It's what you do on day 4, and going up front defense. The elephant in the room, no corner yet in the entire draft. That shocks me. But overall today, Brian, edge rusher finally with this first pick overall in round 5.
Right.
An intriguing day, all defense making up for lost time.
Well, he looks like a Yannick Ngakoue kind of pass rusher, right? He's 6'1". I think he's, 220, 225 in that range. 9.5 sacks and 4 forced fumbles last year. But it wasn't just 1 year. I mean, he did it the year before with 10 sacks. So he's an ultra-productive pass rusher from the college ranks in the ACC, which tells you that they're looking for more of that. When I saw linebacker, and it's obviously the second linebacker, I thought, well, okay, Foye Oluwakon's not going to play in the preseason, right? I mean, you're trying to add depth to your rosters so that you're not playing a lot of these guys and keeping them fresh for the season while you develop guys for special teams. When you see linebackers, you see special teams.
Tyler Lacey feels like the one Smoot type player, a bigger defensive, can move around, kind of versatile, can play outside 3 technique, and obviously consider what happened with Smoot last year. He's a free agent, so this could be the next step.
Yeah, that's a good call, and I can play defensive end. You wonder where they're going scheme-wise. If it's even more of a hybrid in terms of it was a little bit of a pure 3-4 last year. There's been talk about Trayvon Walker playing a little more of a role, Devin Lloyd playing a little bit of a different role. I don't think they're going all 4-3. I'm not saying that, but certainly a lot of guys on this team who can do different things. I think it's going to be a fascinating storyline this year, Brian.
And he's a pretty wide body if you look at him. And I watched some Big 12 football, so I saw Oklahoma State a few times last year. They'd line him up in a multiple of formations on run sets, right? He's big enough like Smoot. He can set the edge. He also is quick enough so he can get some pass rush moves in there. And I think, John, what you're talking about is you can't call him a 4-3. You can't call him a 3-4. They're just going to do different things.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. And they certainly need, obviously, to figure out what roles the 2 first-rounders from last year play best. Ventrell Miller, who was the first pick of the day, inside linebacker. Again, depth for the future. Who knows how long Oluwakon on that contract, when you're looking 4 or 5 years down the road, who knows how long that lasts, and you've got to draft for the future. So, again, as you guys said earlier, special teams also a big thing with today.
JP, this is an old saying, you got to have jars on the shelf, right? You got to be able to go and grab somebody when you get an injury, when you lose someone in free agency. And I mean, I'm sure you guys have talked about it. You got a quarterback who is going to just top over the next year. What's he going to be? $54 million, something like that. That's where it's headed these days, depending on what the other 2 quarterbacks get. So you need a lot of jars on the shelf. You need to be able to go and grab linebackers and guys when you don't have the cap room to go sign them in free agency.
Yasir Abdullah's father, Xavier McCray, former Florida linebacker on the 1996 National Championship team. Speaking of Florida, Ventrell Miller, the 4th round pick for the Jaguars, speaking with the media right now on a conference call. Let's listen in.
At Florida, and I know it's a huge emphasis up at the next level. So whatever my role is, just going 100% at it. Whatever that is, like I said, it doesn't really matter to me.
Awesome. And then as far as where you were selected and having the family and the party and everything ready, was this about where you expected to go, or was it a surprise to get called that early? And was the family and the party ready for it?
Oh man, I feel like everybody was just anxious watching the TV. But we had a little thing. Everybody was guessing the teams. Nobody had Jacksonville on us, so nobody won the game. But now it was good to see my name get called. It was a huge relief for me, and I felt good about it.
Awesome. Congrats, Ventrell.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks, man. We'll finish up here with Edgar Thompson.
What's up, man?
What up, Edgar? How you doing?
I'm happy for you.
I appreciate that.
So, yeah, Mia kind of touched on it. So you said they're getting a steal, but were you a little bit surprised? I mean, pick 121, considering you weren't able to do the Senior Bowl, the Combine, Pro Day, any of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was surprised. I was surprised a little bit. Just knowing me though, I know I'm a very talented guy. Yeah, like I said, talented guy. I guess I was surprised a little bit, like you said, knowing I didn't do anything. I know that when they called me, they told me they skipped up some picks to get me. So now I'm definitely excited about it. But yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know where I was gonna go.
Nice. And the other thing, the foot. Did you play? You heard it in against Kentucky.
Yep.
You played on that all year, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I missed that USF game right after, but the rest of the season I'll play.
So you were basically playing with a bone broken in your foot.
Basically, yeah, broke foot. Yeah. I was leaving it all out on the field, Edgar.
All right, man. Hey, thank you. See you soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Edgar. Media, if you all can just...
All right, that's Ventrell Miller, his conference call with the media there. And as you heard, playing through a broken foot. He's been out there for a long time in Florida, on the field for 5 years. Guy's been at this thing for a while, wanted to give it everything he could. He missed the Senior Bowl with surgery to repair that foot and missed all the pre-draft stuff. So now he's a Jaguar, and the Jaguars... What happens next? That's the next round. What happens with the rest of these picks today?
Yeah, hopefully they trade back and get a lot more picks.
I've lost track. How many are left? I mean, seriously.
7 today.
Yep.
7
left.
remaining today.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they traded with the Saints, and something we haven't mentioned, traded with the Saints, moved back to 227, so one more 7th-round pick, but picked up a 4th-round pick. That's going to kind of get lost in today's coverage. But this time next year, it's going to be a big deal having that 4th-round pick. So got something out of all the movement.
All right, so that's the latest for the Jaguars on Saturday in the NFL Draft. Ventrell Miller, Tyler Lacey, Yasir Abdullah, all defensive players coming to the Jacksonville Jaguars. 7 picks left on the docket. We'll keep you posted as it moves along. There you see him already on the big board at TIAA Bank Field. Our Day 3 coverage is presented by Dream Finder Homes.